Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda. Make sure if you're new here that you hit that subscribe button and that like button so I know that you enjoyed this content. So let's get into it.
Put your head on my shoulder. Hold me in your arms.
So I have a special guest, my boo, my hubby. His name is Jalil.
Howdy.
Jalil. Okay, so today we're gonna do a video about what it's like being married young / in college. So we've been married for almost a year.
About 10 months? 11 months?
11 months.
11 months.
Basically. Almost 11 months on September 4th.
Yeah, almost 11 months.
So yeah.
11 months.
We kind of, got this married thing down, you know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't say that.
I'm just kidding. No, we don't. I asked some people on my Instagram some questions that they may have about what it's like being married young in
IG.
college, so
Trying to go for IG there,
yeah, so these are the questions. You ready?
but yeah.
Okay, first question. Oh my god.
Alright, keep on going, my man.
First question. What's it like managing school while adjusting to marriage? Also, I won't say that these answers can go for everyone that's married young and in college. This is just our experience and how we do it and what's worked for us, I guess. So
Yeah, you're right.
it's different for everyone.
Okay. Well, I think it's just like time management really like comes into play heavy now. Before it did, but then, being single or like just even dating, you have like space to just kind of go off to. I could just go to the library or whatever if I needed to. But now, that we live together and stuff, like we only have so much space to go to for like studying or to take care of homework or whatever. So I guess it's being aware of like when she has class, when I have class, and when she doesn't and when I don't, so I could like work on things when she's either in class or vice versa. That way, like I'm able to take care of things and she's able to take care of things as well. Time management becomes heavy, and also just kind of getting things done early. Like I didn't used to do that. I used to procrastinate. Like my procrastination was terrible. I have to crack down on that and avoid that now.
Yeah.
Because like if I get it done early, then I have less time to worry about school, and then I can focus on her and other things, other priorities, because school is only so important, so.
Yeah, and I mean, like, every season of life's gonna have like some sort of distraction. So right now school is kind of a distraction, but in the next phase of life we're gonna have another distraction, so you just kind of have to adjust. And also just like prioritizing your spouse, like you just kind of have to find time for them, like know what is important.
Yeah, always. I think it's like the intentions. She always says being intentional. So like being intentional with like what you have like in a hierarchy of things like planned out. Like if I'm gonna put for us, necessarily it goes like God and then spouse and then everything else. Like because then if you kind of keep that hierarchy, then you're like that's what you're gonna shoot for every single day. That's what you're gonna like take care of every single day.
How did your parents react when you wanted to get married? For me, my parents, well, my mom was super supportive, so it wasn't really an issue.
No.
She was all on board and pretty much helped plan out the whole entire wedding itself, so she was like all about it. Plus it just went smoother because she was on board. So, and then my dad, he really just was like, yeah, whatever. He's super laid back, so he didn't really care. He was just like, as long as you're happy, I'm happy. So they were really supportive of our decision.
Yeah. I mean, mine were supportive too, but at the same time, they all asked me if she was pregnant as well, because they weren't sure. They're like, why else are you trying to get married right now? And I was like, no kids yet. Like, man, why does that got to be a thing? But
and
but
the world's like
viewpoint
is always like, you get a job, no, you go to college, then you get a job, then you get married. Like sometimes we just need to switch it up. Like, why is that like the rule? I
mean, we were ready to. I think that really made the difference. Like that, just being ready to go for it instead of like waiting it out. And also I think it's like beneficial because then like kind of like struggle together. You understand like you know, we're broke now and stuff like that, and all these things, like, you get a handle of it before you're married for like 5-10 years, and then like you kind of hit a rough patch on money or whatever is going on, and then you're like, whoa, we don't know how to deal with it. Like, what's going on here, man? Like, you sure you spent $100 right there, man? Say 150, but you know, stuff like that causes issues, and then like, you know, people like, I'm leaving, you know, I can't take this, you know, stuff like that. So instead of having to deal with that, then you deal with like being broke and stuff now, so you kind of get a handle of it before you have to actually handle it.
Okay, but that's not what the question was.
What was the question?
The question was, how did your parents react?
Oh yeah, my
Oh
bad.
God.
Them tangents is rough. I go on them tangents bad.
Yeah.
But anyway, how did they react? Well, you know, they were supportive too. You know, they were caught off guard for sure, and I had to like explain to them that I'm ready and that I really do want to do this, and you know.
Yeah, and also, Jaleel's parents live in different areas.
Yeah.
So my parents were here. They saw our relationship firsthand. They were involved in it, so they were on board, I think, more easily, rather than his parents, who don't see us together, may not have known how close we had gotten, you know. So it was like a different perspective, which I think played a role in how the difference of reactions were.
True. Yeah, I agree.
How did you afford your wedding?
How do we afford it? Oh man.
Well, really, it really wasn't that expensive, I don't think.
No, we kept it like low because we only had so many people that needed to come that we would have had a larger list of people to come, but then, you know, that would have been more people to have to.
That's more money.
Yeah, you know, that's more
Keep
people
it
to
small.
feed, more seats.
Keep it simple. My parents helped pay for most of it, and it was maybe $2,000 for everything.
Yeah, pretty
It
much.
was really cheap. We only had like 35-40 people there. We had it at a park outside for free. I think we had to rent the pavilion that we were at for the day, or an hour or so.
Oh yeah.
Which wasn't expensive. And then where we had the dinner afterwards was like also at the park, which cost, I don't even know, it was really cheap. It was like maybe like $100 or $200 to rent that building out.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't my big fat Greek wedding out here, you know
it
what
was
I'm saying?
small. Obviously we weren't gonna go all out, but
I mean, yeah, and it was, and we didn't care that much because, you know, it's not about the wedding, it's about the marriage more so.
Exactly.
So, you know, when you have that perspective, like, it doesn't matter that much. Like, yeah, I mean, I guess like if we would have waited and like been able to have like a bigger venue and like, you know, some crazy band.
it could have been nicer, I guess. Like we could have had like a way better. What is that noise?
Some bug or something. I don't know.
Dude, that's so annoying. So anyway, we could have had a nicer wedding, I guess. Like it could have been a little more spectacular if you want to go with that. But we were fine with how it was.
Yeah.
And buy your dress online, it literally only cost like $150 for my dress. And it was pretty. It was
you better hurt
nice,
some people like
$150. It was a nice dress.
For a wedding dress?
And then I only had to get it altered like a little bit on my waist. It was a little small, but that was it. So yeah, keep it cheap, keep it simple. Don't go crazy. It's just a wedding.
Yeah.
You have your marriage.
I mean,
and you can always renew your vows, okay? That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. That's when we're gonna, you know, be out there balling, pouring champagne. I mean, no, we ain't playing.
Yeah, so keep it simple, keep the guest list small.
I mean, yeah, only like people that you truly really want there. You're not like.
Yeah, and we didn't have bridesmaids or.
Yeah, we was out there by ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We was, you know, we was keeping it OG. Well, not OG, but.
It was small.
Yeah, it was small.
The people
like
that we invited, we wanted them to be in the audience.
Yeah.
Because if they would have all been on stage, there would have been like 20 people. Okay.
Yeah. They were,
Plus, I don't have any friends, so it didn't matter.
That would have been fun.
Everyone's on stage, like that would have been weird. Okay.
Oh yeah. No.
Oh, we also just bought most of the decorations like on Amazon, and we rented chairs, which was like maybe like $100 for like 40 chairs or something like that.
Yeah, and then the food, the caterer was pretty
and
cheap.
it wasn't like they literally decorated everything same day. Like Jalil was decorating the venue that day of the wedding.
That was the funniest part of the day. That was, oh man, nothing can change that comedy that I experienced that day. Cause
yeah, my aunt helped me. My Aunt Sherry, shout out to you, Aunt Sherry, I love you. Shout out to my mom, love you too, girl. My parents' neighbor helped.
Matt was there.
My
helping?
cousin Matt helped. My dad was blowing the leaves that were in
like
the park.
30 minutes.
You know, you just gotta get together. You don't gotta hire people to do this. Get your own laborers. And I was at home chilling. Like, I was just at home. I went and got my hair done. Like, it wasn't like your traditional wedding where you hang out with your bridesmaids and your girls. Like,
Yeah, get your toes done and all that stuff.
We just didn't do all that. We just didn't care. Like, I'm not that high maintenance type of girl that really cared about it, really. So it didn't matter. We're chill. We're whatever. We don't get that much.
Yeah, you're not that fancy type of people that need
So
something
it
like
didn't.
crazy.
And if you do need that stuff, and if you did do that stuff, that's totally fine. We don't care. We just personally chose not to do that to save money and save our energy, I guess.
Oh yeah, for sure, because
We just, like, it wasn't gonna work if we tried to get every single thing that we wanted.
you're right.
The next question is, do you get weird reactions when you tell people you're married?
All the time. It's honestly funny at
Yes.
this point because like I've just kind of like adopted it and I just don't care anymore. I'm just like, you know what, whatever. Like the ring is pretty
Yeah.
large itself, so you gonna see that. But at this point, I'm just like, oh, I'll be like, yeah, me and my wife, and then be like, people,
Your
Well,
wife.
your wife.
Husband.
Hold up.
How
Wait a
old
minute,
are you?
We rewind the tape, man. Let me see what's going. Yeah, how old are you? Yeah, people like, man, you was still a little kid, man. I'm like,
Yeah, people
"Oh,
think
yeah,
it's
yeah."
weird, especially when you're in class. And people are like, you're married? Like, and I'm like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot I got this ring on, crap. And it just turns awkward because people in colleges aren't living that way.
Oh, not at all.
Especially at the college we go to, it's a public college. You know, people aren't getting married at our age.
True.
Really. It's not the norm, I guess, so it's like different.
Yeah. Yeah, the craziest part was just like kind of introducing like when you see somebody that you haven't seen in a while, and then he's like, yeah, this is my wife, and then he's like,
They're like,
it's kind
huh?
of like, oh, okay, cool.
They're like, since when are you married?
They kinda
Like,
walking
that's
up.
so weird. Yeah, so it's weird, but you know, it's whatever. You gotta be secure in your marriage, and we
Yeah.
are, so we don't care.
Yeah,
Yes, we're married at 21. Well, we're 22 now, but we were 21 when we got married.
right,
Yeah, everyone's gonna be getting married, and we're like, we hitting the 10-year mark. What up?
right, exactly.
What is your favorite part about being married? My favorite part is just hanging out with my best friend all the time and having sleepovers every night. Cause like it's fun. Like
Yeah, my favorite part is being with my best friend all the time. You know,
that's what I said. You can't copy my
I'm
answer.
not copying it. It's just the same thing. Like
Okay,
it can be the same thing.
But we enjoy hanging out with each other.
Yeah.
It's fun. You always have someone to talk to. Even if he doesn't want to talk, even if he doesn't want to listen, I can still talk to him. The last question was, how do you make finances work while we're young and still in college? But we're gonna kind of just do another video on that because we can kind of like discuss more in depth on the different things that we have that help us to be financially stable while we don't really have full-time jobs or anything. Yeah, we'll do another video on that. Stay tuned for that. But anyway, that is all the questions we're gonna do today. But yeah, so basically just like getting married young worked for us. It may not work for everyone. It was kind of just like what we felt was right for our life at the time and what we thought would be best for our future. So that's kind of why we chose to get married young. We didn't really want the fancy wedding or the fancy
True.
day, so that kind of helped us, and we knew that getting married honestly while in college actually helped us financially, so we'll get into
did.
more detail about that in the next video.
True.
It's just what worked for us.
Yeah, and for some people, like, definitely are gonna probably obviously hold off because they want to have like, you know, everything that they had envisioned, dreamed about for a wedding and everything, and that's great. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just for like our situation.
Yeah, and I think it just, our future, what we had planned for our future worked for us to get married. And I don't regret it one bit because when we got married was good timing because everything that happened the following few months, like December, January, all that stuff got bad. So I'm glad we got married when we did. And it just worked out and our goals aligned. Like when you get married, when you're single, you have different goals. You want to do this with your life. You want to move here. You want to go there. But once you get married and you're figuring out that you want to get married, those goals start to blend together. And we knew what we wanted, and we wanted the same thing. So that ended up being the best thing for our life. So that's why we got married young. Yeah. When you know, like, Alright guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so that I know you like this content and this video. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Oh, peace!
Peace.